What's good, people? What's good? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, let me address someone who DM'd me. Now, this person they didn't have a glass of stupid juice. They didn't have a plate of jackass meat. Um, but like I said in my DM when I responded to you, you're being naive, okay? And what I'm referencing is the whole uh, Twerk Master Wilder keeping silence while these allegations, these Glovegate allegations are being made, the poisoned water, all this stuff about him being examined by a doctor and he has a dent in his head from a metal plate that while Fury had in his glove, and the fact that he's just sitting back not saying anything. Now, Fury stepped up and addressed it, right? And from what I understand, Marcellus Wilder spoke up and said that couldn't supposedly confirmed that he's the one that said he has a dent in his head from the Fury fight and the metal object that a doctor confirmed, right? And again, all you saw was some Photoshop picture. Now it's funny how the picture showed one thing and then another thing. So now we go from a glove being halfway on his hand, supposedly, right, to you can see not just the knuckle print, but like his fingers in general, the indentation into the glove, right? So, Photoshop. So anyway, here's the thing that this guy, okay, you know who you are. Like I said, you didn't try to be disrespectful. You didn't put it in my comment section. You DM me, so I'm not gonna call you out and say your name, but you know who I'm talking to. Okay. But let me say this for anybody, okay, that has this naive way of thinking, this selfish, foolish way of thinking. Okay. Wilder being silent is some sucker shit. Now, let me give you an example. If you had people coming to you saying, I saw your woman tonguing this guy down, he all squeezing up on it, filling up on it, yo, I see, right? And you confront her about that, and she's just silent. She don't want to talk about it. She's not denying it. She's not admitting it. She just, you would automatically think it must be true. How the hell is somebody gonna make allegations like that and you're just gonna sit there quiet, like, so you don't have nothing to say to defend yourself? Okay, so obviously, right, you wouldn't take that too well. Now, if she finally defended herself after all of this silence, you'd feel like, if you didn't do it, why was you sitting there so quiet? Why right off the bat you wasn't? No, I didn't do. Of course not. Or no, I wouldn't do nothing like that, right? So now, because of her silence, that bothers you. Now, because of her speaking up later, it still bothers you because she had every right to say, and not only that, the lack of respect for you, right? Okay. For the Wilder fans, okay, for Twerk Master Wilder's fans, they want to believe this lie. They want to make this excuse up. That's why they did it. Because they're trying to give logic to something that never happened. Well, he had to cheat. There's no way possible he could beat Wilder on his own natural ability. There's no way. Okay. So here's the deal, right? If Wilder is going to stay silent about it, it's because he likes that narrative of thinking that, yeah, for people to have the narrative that, yeah, there's no way that he could beat Wilder. He had to cheat, right? Wilder himself, now think about it. Why would any of us really expect anything different from Twerk Master Wilder? Now, when I'm saying he needs to speak up, it's like, yeah, he does need to speak up. He really does need to speak up. And he needs to just be a man and clarify that this is BS. Now, here's what I'm saying, though, why I'm not shocked. Did or did not Wilder himself say, after he viewed the fight, I can't believe what I'm watching. It's like, that wasn't me in there. That was a zombie in there. Well, Fury knew that wasn't me in there. And then it says, I don't even see Fury as the champion. I don't recognize him as the champion. I'm still the champ. I don't recognize him as the champ. So he's in denial himself. So is it really anything like? Can you expect anything else from him other than what he's doing? Right? He's not saying a word. So he's okay with people having that narrative that something was wrong. So his, like I said, his fanboys are a lot like him, emotional. They get bent out of shape over any slight difference of opinion with what they say about Wilder and how they view him. So he's not going to say anything. If he does speak up and finally say something, well, hey, it's the least he can do. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference for us that know better. We saw you just get beat and all this glove gate nonsense. The thing is this, right? Wilder is not even using the glove gate excuse. His fanboys made this up. Now, what I'm saying is, for his fanboys, right? And anybody who just makes the excuse up, for you guys to say there's evidence, there's proof. No, it's more than just the words. It's those allegations that come with it. It's more than just the photo. I mean, it's the allegations that come with that, all of that. So you've yet to prove. We've yet to hear who is this mysterious doctor. We've yet to hear from him. We've yet to hear about the poisoned water in his system. We've yet to hear about how, first off, how the public has access to this man's medical records. His so-called x-ray. This is not a picture of Wilder's head. This is I mean, it's so crazy. And for the fact that you're so naive, you don't think, well, how would any of these Blue Blood or Fanon or 7-8 Sports or Dante's Knees, how would they have access to this? How would they know that? How would they have access to this, right? You're not even thinking like that. Someone made a call, said that, hey, Wilder should come clean. He should come on and even ask, he should know that some of these channels, his fanboy channels, should interview him and ask him like about the allegations. That doesn't make any sense. How can they ask him about the allegations that they created? Wilder didn't create those. Wilder came up with the ridiculous costume excuse, okay? The heavy costume. That's the only thing they could ask him about. As far as the poisoned water, the dent in his head, the glove, it's the fanboy channels that made up these lies. So how are they going to ask him? What about these allegations? No, you guys are the ones who made it up. They're the ones who made it up. So how could they ask him about anything? What are you going to say? What do you think about the lies he made up for you to protect you and make you look like a better fighter than what you are? What are they going to say? Because basically they made it up. So to be that naive that you want to believe something, right? Hey, look, man, we all wanted Muhammad Ali to beat Larry Holmes, but people who knew better knew, nah, man, this is like, nah, Ali should have retired after Spinks, man. He lost to a man with 7 fights. Ali's not the same. The speed is not the same. The power is not the same. The movement, his reflexes, like, this is not the same Ali. Larry Holmes is in his prime. Larry Holmes is in his prime. Like, yeah, we wanted him to beat Foreman. He beat Foreman, right? Those who wanted, like, when you want someone to win and they win, he's great. But when they lose, to make excuses, what I said about Ali's skills deteriorating, no. Freddie Pacheco, different people said Muhammad Ali failed his test, his physical. His speech was already slurred. Parkinson's was already kicking in. Several people spoke about it and came clean years later, and they said that fight should have never happened. We all knew it shouldn't have happened. But the point is, Ali has Parkinson's. There's people who came clean about, certain people. People don't want to go to prison, so yeah, certain things don't come out when it happens. Okay, and it's like years later now, yeah. Even the DVD I have, okay, with Ali Holmes, I got and just watching that is, yeah. So as far as, and nobody denied anything. You understand? Nobody said, no, that's not true. Ali didn't have Parkinson's. I was the doctor that examined him, blah, blah, blah. Nobody denied anything. So at the end of the day, you're being naive because you see a picture. It's no different from seeing a picture, real Bigfoot, real footage, right? They clickbait you. You go look on, and all of a sudden, what does the video show? The picture is not even the picture is not even a still from the actual footage. And all of a sudden, you see some blurry black figure, just like what am I looking at? Well, what did they tell you? Evidence, proof, real Bigfoot footage. And you go click on, oh, and then what else could it be? That gotta be Bigfoot. What else could it be? You can't even get a clear picture of what you're looking at. And even when you do get a clear shot, it's always like far away, and they want to tell you this thing's about 10 feet tall. How in the hell can I tell you how tall something, how big something is from 100 yards away? All these nonsensical things that people say, and you guys are quick to be naive. Okay, I'm making these simple examples, okay, because people seem to like nothing I'm saying is complex. But people seem to get so lost in thought of trying to understand, well, how could you say that this is fake? But you saw the footage. And I didn't see any footage. I saw a still shot, a little red circle around it, and saying, evidence. Proof. What proof? That would be like me sitting here saying, hey, look, tune in later. I'm going to go live. You know, me, Anthony Joshua, going to have a sit down. 10 minutes later, me and Floyd Mayweather. You go check in. Where's Anthony Joshua? Where's Floyd Mayweather, right? If I say it, you expect me to deliver. So all of these channels that's saying these things, you fanboys of these channels are not even holding, making these people hold to their word and say, hey, look, you promised us evidence. So where's this evidence? That's who should be asking the questions. These fanboy channels are not going to... Look, Dante's Boxing Nation, Dante was pissed after the fight. And now, I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming he probably was reaching out to Wilder, and Wilder rejected to even respond. Because he was like, man, Wilder got to get it together, that lazy ass jab, yada, 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 this and this. And I'm laughing like, yeah, he must have reached out, and Wilder didn't respond to him, because this is the first, he didn't, now he's not saying anything about Wilder, like calling him a bum or like trying to say that Fury won. He's saying that Fury cheated, okay? But he was basically saying, like, I want Wilder to win. That doesn't mean I think he's going to win, but I want him to win. Like, he got to work on that lazy ass jab and just everything, man. Now, he says this in the video. It's on his channel, okay? And I only checked it because somebody pointed it out to me that he was actually admitting that Fury was the better man. I just wanted to see, like, if he was really going to take it there. See, because if I call you out on something, just like I call Wilder out for not speaking up, you claim you came in the ring for Black History Month with that costume on, right? And then all of this, it went wrong. And basically, I feel like it was just for some, like, self-glorification and trying to just find a way to lure, at least the black fans in. And at the end of the day, like, I don't appreciate people trying to use Black history no kind of way for their own little self-glorification. Like, if you really about that, look at what's going on with George Floyd and all that. You silent. And then a couple of weeks later, he came out with that, to this day, did his thing, said what he had to say. Now, whether you liked it or not, that's, I'm not into all that, how good or how whack it was, or how good it was. That's not what I'm saying. The fact that he spoke up, that's what I'm saying. So I gave him props for that. So I'm not looking to find fault in anybody. I'm just looking at what's in front of us. You understand what I'm saying? So for him to not speak up and say anything, how could you be comfortable with that? So instead of looking at this just speculation, people just, talking, no, you want to say it's facts because somebody told you it's facts and because you want to believe it. Okay? My grandmother, I watched her lay in a hospital bed dying. Some of my relatives were saying she's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. And I've been around those situations. I used to work in the nursing homes. I've been in those situations where I've been around these people when they get sick like that. And at her age, I knew. She's already gone, man. She's just existing right now. And once you get to the point where you can't breathe on your own, you have to have, the tube hooked in your nose. And you're done. You're done. You can't breathe without it. You're done. And I knew she was gone. I can sit there and tell myself, like the rest, other family members was doing that. That was just the whole shock value. Nah, I'm not ready for her to die. Like, no, man, I'm, you're never ready for that. But at the same time, I had come to terms. She's gone already. I already knew it. And I remember telling her who I was and I loved her, and she was trying to talk, and it was like, oh, like, the doctor told her if you could hear me wiggle your toes. She wiggled her toes, and it was like, damn, just imagine laying there like that, and you can hear, but you can't respond. You can't say anything, and she's trying to make something come out, and just. So I could sit there and say, no, she's going to come back to us. I could look at any dead relative, any dead homie, and say, hey, man, they're going to come back. They're going to be all right. Oh, I'm going to meet with them in the sky. Well, I can say all of that. I don't know if heaven or hell is real. I can believe in it. That don't mean it is actually real just because I want to believe it. Or if it's real, how do I know that that's where they are? So I can make myself believe whatever I want. Now, proving it is something different. I can open the Bible and say it's true because it says it right here. No, that's not proof. Now, doesn't the Bible itself say, walk by faith and not by sight? Because there's things that you're going to be told that you're going to find hard to believe, but you just have to have faith. That's the whole point. What is faith? The absence of proof. So you have to, not that you have to, but either you choose to or you don't. Now, like I said, I'm making these simple examples because people, for some reason, whenever no matter how clear cut you are to the point, people just love to just ask you what I feel a lot of times are dumb questions. So when I say, if you had a glass of stupid juice this morning, you've been eating that jackass meat again. I'm not saying it to be sarcastic. I'm really seriously like, what don't you see that's right in front of you? Okay. The time that I load this video up, okay, it's not gonna be on YouTube the second I do it. It takes a while. Okay, and that depends on how fast your Wi-Fi is. You guys know that. So if the video pops up 10 o'clock tonight or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, does that mean that I filmed it at 10 or I did it? You don't know how long ago I filmed this video. You understand what I'm saying? So either you take my word for it or you don't. Okay? Now, like a text message, you can send a text message out. Right now, whatever time it is right now, you can send that text message out. Sometimes the text message is send, and it never sends. And then all of a sudden, when you get around, when the Wi-Fi picks up, it might be hours later. But you know the difference in that? The text message will have the time that you initially sent the text message out, unlike a video. So you don't know when I actually recorded this video. You don't know what time it was. I can't prove what time it was. I can just tell you and you take my word for it. Okay. But at least if I tell you, no, I filmed this video yesterday around 10 o'clock or whatever, and blah, 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 the Wi-Fi, it's that, whatever. So it took a whole day or it took like hours later. Okay. And what do I have to lie about? So if Twerk Master Wilder decides that he's going to finally speak up and say, look, man, I just lost the fight. The reason I can't see him doing that is because of his character. And he's already saying he can't. He never said, "Hey, congratulations, Fury did what he's supposed to do." Simple. He said, "I don't recognize him as the champion. I still don't recognize him as the champion." So, truthfully, when you think about that, why would we really expect him to say anything different from what he do anything different from what he's doing, which is basically sitting back, being quiet, and having his twerk video sessions? That's what's more important to him right now is having his twerk sessions. He's not debunking anything. He's not admitting anything. He's not correcting anything. He's just sitting back, and remember to follow. Remember to follow up. I'm weeding out all the snakes in the camp and all. Who are these snakes? Not that I care to know personally, but do you understand? Where's the follow up to anything? So his claims, maybe his channel, they can ask him who was the people that was the snakes in your camp, whether he's willing to say who they were or not or whatever. Was it just an excuse? To take attention off what we saw happen to him in the ring, because there was no follow-up. So who got fired? Mark Breeden didn't get fired. Jay Diaz didn't get fired. We didn't hear anything about him and Darrell beefing, where he accused Darrell for being a snitch or a snake or working for the other team and all of these, these nonsensical things that happen. To me, like I said, it's no different from, and I think that's why George Foreman reached out to him, because he probably reminded him of himself. Like when Foreman lost to Ali, Foreman himself said he was blaming the food, saying that he was poisoned. he just couldn't believe he lost. He made up every excuse, and it took him years to come to terms with, man, I just lost to the better man. And when he won the championship again at 45 years old, he said it was like, there was some satisfaction in that he was able to accomplish something at an age that most people counted him out. And he did something that he wasn't supposed to be able to do. He pulled it off. But, you know, for Wilder, he's not denying anything. He's just letting people go on with this lie. So yeah, to you, my brother, like I said, you're being naive to the situation. Okay, and I could have just left it at that, but I'm making this video to clarify those things and to just make it known. I've already said these same things, but I want to make it known. Okay, like I say, I don't know these guys personally. I'm not friends with any of them. I don't like or dislike them. I don't know them personally. I don't have that fanboy mentality. I don't connect with people like most people just have it. Yeah, man, that's my man. That's my dog right there. I remember people used to call Tupac. They had little nicknames. One of the old, yo, my boy Pocky, man. Tell you Pocky. So I'm like, you sitting up here making a nickname up for a grown ass man. Man, you do that for little kittens and puppies, man. You know, little kids, you get them little nicknames. You call them a grown ass man Pocky. Like that's too much. That's like some intimate shit. That's like little nicknames, little cute names for people. Pocky, my boy Pocky, Pocky. You never met Tupac a day in your life. I mean, what? You know, I think people just get too caught up into their emotions. I don't have emotional attachments like that. Like I said, there's people like you feel certain little things. Like when Joshua lost to Ruiz, I'm like, all right, he got him. That was it. I didn't spend the day with my head down. I didn't walk around here hurting behind it. It was, I wanted him to win. You know, Errol Spence won, never lost yet. And he had fights that was closer than what people anticipated, but he won. I was honest to say, I think he won those fights, but the fights was close. He didn't dominate. They were close. Now, you got people that's going, oh, he lost. Okay, if that's your opinion. You're not going to change my opinion just because you're saying it. You know, and I watch a fight. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. My opinion never changed. You know, at the end of the day, it's never personal with me, man. It's never personal. So, Twerk Master Wilder, or should I call him Twerk Master W? Well, either one. Twerk Master Wilder, man, he basically, his silence is not helping his case, man. And what's going to make it worse is if he gets his ass kicked a third time. Because now it's like, what excuse are you going to use now? And I'm pretty sure you're going to have some fanboys out there that's going to find some other ridiculous excuse. You know, something. Yo, doctors said he's diagnosed with COVID. They just didn't want to say it because, yeah, they didn't want the fight to get called. Or, yeah, he got COVID, man. It's something. Somebody going to find some stupid excuse should he lose. Now, at the end of the day, I just want to see the best fights in boxing. And who present those challenges, that's who I want to see fight. For someone holding the belt hostage, for someone fighting meatballs and trying to make themselves appear better than what they are, I can't get behind people like that. I mean, you want to see them lose the title, not just so somebody else can pick up the title and do the same thing. We want to see this, okay, you know what, we want undisputed. I want undisputed. So I'm going to kick your ass, take his belt, then me and you want to do this. That's what we want. We don't want to see somebody tell about how great they are, beat some meatballs, and then walk around holding the title hostage and then avoiding the big fights. And then you got fanboys making all these false narratives up and excuses about why the fight didn't happen, like they was there at the negotiating table. And when someone comes out with proof, it's no different from Dillian White showing the guys from the zone the text message that Wilder sent him saying, I'll freeze you out for the next 2 years. So they know that this is a fact. They know that this is a fact. But you don't hear the fanboy channels saying, Wilder, what are you doing? Why are you trying to freeze this man out? Go kick his ass, man. You know, I'm pretty sure anybody that has any kind of boxing knowledge and want to see a good fight would rather have seen Dillian White versus Wilder instead of Wilder versus Dominic Brazil. I mean, I'm not really into rematches, but because Ortiz was outboxing him in the first fight so easily till got knocked out, it's like, okay, he had him. Rematch, the same thing happens. He's beating his ass again, and then he gets knocked out. Okay, only this time he didn't rock Wilder. I just never was big on Ortiz either, before or after the Wilder fight. But at the end of the day, one of those fights could have been against Dillon, and it should have been. I mean, he could have fought Joseph Parker. He could have fought anybody else with a credible name. But yet, the fanboys, he had him calling Luis Ortiz the boogeyman, had the fanboys repeating that. And then they're running around here saying, nobody want to fight Ortiz. Yeah, man. Yo, Wilder's the only one that fought him. Nobody. What offers did Ortiz make? Only thing happens with Ortiz is when he gets interviewed and they ask him, does he want to fight Anthony Joshua? Or yeah. He starts talking and they translating, then he'll make an insult. That's not making an offer. And then when he had the chance to fight AJ, what did he do? He declined and he fought Wilder. So if he really thought fighting AJ was the easier fight, why not be smart? Then go knock AJ out, right? Go beat AJ. So now when you fight Wilder, it's for unification. Or are you just like, what, these fighters are just too dumb to understand it? You're fighting a unified champion of the world, man. So now guess what? You got some leverage when you fight Deontay. You got some kind of say-so because you both champions. At the end of the day, man, Twerk Master Wilder needs to step up. And if he doesn't step up, I'm not shocked. Like, it's not for my satisfaction. I really personally don't care what he does. It doesn't bother me. This is just boxing talk. I'm having fun with this, Doesn't bother me personally. You never hear me, man, I'm pissed off at these people. No, man, I'm angry. Yo, they get under my... No. I don't care what you guys feel to say. It doesn't bother me. When we vibe right, we're on the same page, cool. If we're not on the same page, cool. Just keep it respectful. That's all. Just keep it respectful. Don't come DMing me trying to talk like no tough guy. Don't try to go in the comments talk like no tough guy, because you ain't going to do shit to me. You can't do nothing about what I say. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't scared of no fucking body, and I can defend myself very well. So I don't get caught up into that. I don't go around being a bully. I don't go around threatening people. But you're not going to come on my fucking channel telling me what I can and cannot say. Okay? Now, like I said, the person that DM'd me didn't try to, come at me with no bullshit. So, like I said, I'm not calling them out. I'm going to put them on blast and, go out. I'm just saying, you guys, you choose to listen to what you want to listen to. It's just like, for example, when I make certain videos, right? It might not get your attention. You might, I don't care about that fighter. So you might skip that video, but then you say, oh, you said this about this guy, but how come you didn't say this about this guy? Well, if you didn't have that tall glass of stupid juice and that jackass meat, and you watched the last video prior, you'd see that I did say something in reference to that particular situation. Oh, my bad, I didn't watch. Yeah, you're right. That's on you. It's not a double standard. Doesn't mean if I say something about this person, I got to say something about that person. No, I say what I want to say, but I'm not being biased. So if I say something about this person in this video, I don't have to necessarily address the next person in the same video. You understand what I'm saying? But you guys, like I said, what gets your attention is what you choose to watch. I can't help that. That's you guys' choice. I'm not going, hey man, please watch my video. No, you watch what you want to watch. But at the end of the day, right now, the hot topic, because you guys keep bringing it up. When did these guys fight? In March? Man, it's already June. It's late June, okay? Today's the last day of June. And you guys are still talking about Glovegate, poison water, this mysterious doctor. You guys keep bringing it up. You guys keep bringing it up. So when the news hits the internet or wherever we get our sources from, and we were, okay, this is legit, so okay, then we report it. This is what we do. We're not making this up. So because you choose to believe something doesn't make it true. Whenever you say, anybody says, I have proof, okay, the burden of proof is on you because you claim you have proof. So where's your proof? Simple. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one.